Hopefully I'm working alright. I've got problems again. I'll switch to my mobile, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last today. But let's just come and hope for the best. Welcome. And we'll start music. Right. Let's see who's it. Kerry, Yolandi, Skinny Deceiver, Castle, Richard, Mimilek. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. Kerry started off with a question about marvels and shapeshifting. Could shapeshifting include weight loss? I wouldn't actually include weight loss within shapeshifting, no. Shapeshifting is more about astral shifting into different forms, different animals, beings, whatever. Not physically shifting. Technically, take the phrase shape-shifting, you could definitely say it is. But I don't think mystically or magically. I know. Alright, so let's get down here. Everybody say hello. Dragon's here. Hello, Dragon. Incident, James, one passed away. Okay, now my antivirus is popping up. Oh, we definitely got a Mercury retrograde. Something or other. Right, let's try this again. Okay. Alright, directors. Randy. Okay, alright. I think I've got to the end of all that. Let's go over here. Check it's actually working. Yeah, I think we're working good. Alright. That's an absolute pleasure, man. No problem. Alright, so Skinny Deceiver is new here, unless you have been here before in the background, or you've changed your name. Just to let you know, Covenstead is just a place where we all get together and talk about whatever comes up. Any questions you've got, anything you want to discuss, any questions or things that you just want to bounce off other people, that stuff. And we listen to good music at the same time. Cool. So I don't always talk, there's no topic. Which is good for me. I don't like talking, to say the truth. Makes it easier for me. I'm trying to think if I've got anything I need to announce. I think so. I don't know what's going on next month. Luminescent Vic, magic is absolutely fake. Okay, alright, we can say so. I don't really care. Get a different hobbit. I actually kind of like your. Oh, sorry. All right. So your typing's absolutely fake as well. All right. You're an idiot. You can go away. No, okay. Right. Sorry about that interruption, everybody. Dibs, hello Dibs, my thoughts are with you and your coming. Okay, Elaine, I can't remember who offered to help me with my neighbour, but thank you. Yeah, I think it was, no, Blood Moon Moth or something like that. totally can't remember now. His house went up for sale and sold in less than... Finally. Get rid of the neighbours, get rid of the annoying neighbours. I like doing that. But sometimes it takes long, especially when they're renting. Speaking of neighbours, I have to use something in my apartment block. I have a neighbour who is quite resistant to adapting to the local rules, doesn't want to train his dog to stay silent. Could use some help with that. What demon would be helpful? Barbatos. I would say Barbatos can teach you how to talk to animals. Specifically dogs, I think. I don't know. Check. Well, sometimes aiming at the owner is not the option. It's listen to the animal. I usually listen better as well. Humans don't listen very well. Just... Yeah, you give us understanding of the singing of birds and of the voices of other creatures such as the barking of dogs. So it might actually be a good option, because then you can actually understand, hopefully, what the dog's actually barking about. Maybe a good reason for that. So yeah, especially if the owner's a bit ignorant. So maybe do that so you can help the dog. Probably need time. Richard, people who say magic is fake are usually the ones who both went to go away. Well, he went away, so wish granted. I made him go away very quickly. And you're doing something right on the troll stop. I don't really like them myself. They're very irritating. It's a waste of time. Discuss magic and get rid of the trolls all the time. Oh, sorry, hang on. Just remembered, I didn't pull that across. Now you can probably hear me better. Right. I see one of American witches were killed by a husband or boyfriend in the week. Who was that? Think about that. Dragon better. Yeah, sorry. I always forget something. If I get on the lives and I'm like quiet, just let me know. I've either forgot to put it on the right mic, or I just forgot to move the arm across. James, do you have any opinion or advice on borrowing techniques, meditations, or rituals forms from other traditions? Alright, so when you are talking about borrowing techniques, I assume you're talking about shapeshifting, actually. Just let me know if this is something else. The term borrowing actually comes from Terry Pratchett, funny enough. But it's about shapeshifting into different animal forms. There's obviously the folk magic or traditional witchcraft techniques, which are more astrally based. But there's a technique in practical Kabbalah that I was taught called identification, which is very much the same thing actually. And what you do is usually find it better to sort of identify with trees. Trees can handle it pretty well. Animals, I would kind of wait until you're a bit more advanced. But trees, rocks, and things like that. and it's the techniques that's discussed in Yakuba Swat's first book. And what you basically do, you cause your nefesh, your lower self, or really kind of actually the shadow of the nefesh, to move into the nefesh of the thing you're identifying with. And through that identification, you become it, in the sense that you know all of its thoughts, its emotions, its ailments, everything. And once you have identified, you can actually help it. If it needs healing or something like that, you can actually help it to heal, for instance, from the inside out, sort of thing. So yeah, it's an interesting technique. It's one I use myself. Yeah, other traditions, I'm not really sure. I haven't been taught any or in that regard. But basically, it's shapeshifting at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I can add anything else to that. Not really. Yeah, that's about it. Let me just double check that I am talking about the same thing. You said I'm musing on bridging a gap in my practice with elements of Tendai Buddhism. I'm finding that I could use some structure to prop up my theurgy. Is that in regards to the borrowing techniques that you're talking about? Alright, going on to Skinny Deceiver. I have a question. So I've been wanting to work with a deity, but I'm more interested in an archetype and not drawn to related specific named deities. Do you have advice or resources for this? You can definitely work with the archetype. Just bear in mind, we're actually talking about this recently, that, when we talk about speaking with a deity, with a god, for instance, these are actually powerful forces that they're not like chthonic spirits, like the Goetia spirits or something like that. These are forces of nature, and you don't actually talk to them, or they don't actually talk to you. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I spoke to my god today, I got this message from my goddess, and all of this stuff. What they're actually talking to is something like an archetype, or something like an aspect of their own psyche which represents the archetype, or the god, or goddess. So yes, you can definitely talk to an archetype. For instance, one would be Baphomet. Baphomet was kind of brought into existence by Eliphas Levi. As we know Baphomet, this figure with sitting on the rock with the horns, flame between the horns, pointing up, pointing down, the aspects of polarity, and then bringing all of that together with the masculine and feminine, with the aspects of the bird and the reptile and the fish and everything else. So it becomes this representation of everything, and it becomes a representation of the devil. Because again, the devil is very much a being which has a lot of aspects that people talk about Kurninos as being the devil, and Pan as being the devil, and Lucifer as being the devil. So it's got this light bringer aspect, it's got a crossroads aspect, a liminal aspect, it's got a it becomes this archetype. And when we're talking about archetype, we're also often talking, am I buffering? Well, let me just wait. Okay. Well, it looks okay on my side. Let me know if anybody else is having a problem. I'll just carry on talking anyway. So when we're talking about archetype, we're kind of talking about the mold of the being. So for instance, you want to talk to the horn gods. No, now I probably am buffering. Alright. So you're talking to the horn god, for instance, and Pan, Kurninos, Hern, Eva even gets included in that. That it's kind of a mold that all of the horn gods come out of, and then they become individualized. They go to different regions. They get different aspects, different offices and powers and things given to them and created or whatever. But yeah, so quite often you're talking about the mold. So this then can sometimes become a soft polytheist approach as opposed to hard polytheist. So in hard polytheism, each individual god or goddess is a very, very specific and individual being. And they do not, Ishtar is not Inanna, is not Astarte, is not Astaroth, is not Venus, is not Aphrodite, etc., etc., etc. They are very specific individual entities, right? Whereas soft polytheism can take the idea of the horn god mold or archetype, and all of the horn gods are therefore this one horn god. To the extent where you've got initiatory Wicca, which is more duotheistic, where all of the gods are one god and all of the goddesses are one goddess. So it depends on your approach and your own worldview at the end of the day, again. But the simple answer, yes, you can. The more complicated one I've just given you, so I think that helps. Do you have advice or resources for this? Actually, one good book that I always like to recommend, this is specifically in terms of the god of witchcraft, is Jason Mankey. Let's get the right. It's called The Horned God of the Witches. Brilliant book. I love it. And he discusses soft polytheism versus hard polytheism versus pantheism, etc., 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 and how you can view all of those aspects. So, yeah, have a look at that one because it's really, really good, and I think it will help. Yolandi, it was Ashley Summer. I haven't heard of Ashley. Who's Ashley Summer? Let me check. Oops, no, this one is not Ashley. I don't know who that is. Well, sorry to hear that that happened anyway. James, I'm musing on bridging the gap in my practice. Oh, yeah, we already did that one. Zanka, hello. And Andrea's here, hello. Welcome. Buffering. Hello. Skinny Zoom. I love the sound of soft polytheism. Yeah, I think in your case, that's probably going to be a good avenue to go down. That one got through. I think the other one got through as well. Yeah, did. Oh, wait. Oh no, I put it on live chat. Okay, that's what I wanted. Alright. Thank you so much for all the help and direction. It's an absolute pleasure. Am I buffering now? Great. No, I can see your comments. No problem. I'm apparently not doing very well. I'll check. Yeah, we can see them, Andrea, don't worry. Okay. Let's go through a gig in 20 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to be pressing buttons on my phone, so don't mind me. Mercury is mercurying. It is mercurying. It is in the microwave. You can carry on chatting though, don't worry. I'm still here. We're not doing it though, yes. It's weird. I don't know what's going on there, Andrea. We are definitely getting them. Where the bloody hell is this thing now? Why can't I find anything? Still showing on my side. Yep, I can still see them as well. Okay, if I run out of airtime on my phone, I'm going to have to switch back to my Wi-Fi, which might just be a bit of a screw up. So it's just not working lately. Vouchers? No, not vouchers. More. Oh wait, maybe yeah. Changed all. Why did they change stuff? I don't like it when people change stuff because then I don't know where anything is anymore. Andrea, did you see the one where I said bugger? No, I didn't see that one actually. But I think we've seen everything else. I mean, you said hello 3 times, and then said, "Oh, that one got through." So I think we're seeing most of them. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's see if I can get that. No. Yeah, no, I'm just going to have to switch back to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, Mercury definitely, yes, I'd say. Yolanda, YouTube is doing to you what it sometimes does to me. Oh, to Andrea, yeah. It doesn't show all of your comments. Crap. Anyway, let's just carry on till as long as we can. Anybody got any questions? I haven't drunk my hot chocolate yet. Andrea tried saying hello to everybody. Those seem to vanish. No, we've got it. We've got it. Don't worry. We know you're here. We love you. And, don't worry. Yolanda, you're playing Ring Around the Rosie. All seems well. Yep, all seems well. Okay. Oh! How's everybody's week been? It's been a strange week again. I think it's all these retrogrades and all rubbish going on. Oh, thanks, Andrea. What? Anybody got any question? No, everybody's quiet. Okay. Andrew, Alistair wants to learn Qigong. Any suggestions apart from teaching me to spell it right? Mimi Kuodima. I will put links in the chat if you want to grab them. Mimi Kuodima is absolutely amazing. She's brilliant. She, on her website, she's got a lot of video courses that are pre-recorded, so you can, like, you know, pay for them, and they're not hugely expensive. Yeah, go through them at your own pace. But she also does Zoom classes, and you just pay like a donation or something, and you can go on those. It's pretty damn good. So here's her website, and then also her YouTube has got a ton of free stuff. That. Here's the website. Oh, there's also a castle can also help you. Yeah. Castle, how are you doing today, and how are you feeling any better? I actually am feeling better, yeah, thanks. I've started doing my Qigong again. Thank you. How are you doing, Castle? I know you ask me every week. How are you doing? Free is good. Yeah, no, her website or YouTube is absolutely bloody amazing, and I like the style. I like her way of teaching and stuff as well. It's very down to earth. Right. What a cool playlist. Andrea, it's a pleasure. Kerry, I found the book of Abramelin at Internet Archive and got through book 1. Yeah, it's a bit of a slog. Old book. But you know, I was said in the past. I mean, Sacred Magic of Abramelin is not the only way to go about it. I mean, which version of Book of Abramelin did you actually get though? If you got the Mathers version, that's a 6-month operation, and it has been discovered in more recent years that it's actually supposed to be an 18-month operation, not 6. It's supposed to be split into 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, not 2, 2, 2. And there was a really good version. I can't remember. I think the 6-month version. Yeah, it's what it's what everybody back in my day did because we didn't know any better. But there is. Well, where is it now? It must be this one. No, it's not that one. It's the Mathers version. Hold on, hold on. Oh, yeah, I've got it here. There's a second edition out as well, which is one to apparently get. I haven't read it. I haven't got it. One of those books that cost like 1,000 something rand. While that's loading, I'll let you know just now. Castle, I'm doing well, reducing my jobs from 2 to 1 and been working with Saturn, Venus and the Sun as of later, learning about the energies and also working with Tetzkatla Porca. Again, he's come back with one. Nice, really good stuff. Sounds like you're happy. I'm assuming reducing your jobs from 2 to 1 is a good thing. Some people would say it's a bad thing, but I would consider having more time on your hands a good thing. My internet is just buggered. Let's try this again. Okay, that does not want to open. Let's try something else. You said it is. I was overworking myself and needing to spend more time with my father before. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. I've seen a lot of people actually say, you know, they had like really intense job where they're just working like 60 hours a week or something stupid, even 80 hours a week, and they then just gave it all up and got like a part-time job at a bookstore or something, and they were so much happier. Why is this book not coming up for me? It must be this one. No. Try this. Weirdest thing. It's the one book that usually just like pops up straight away. No, it's not that one either. That's the Mathers. Why is the Mathers version only coming up? Hold on. Let's see if I can get this thing. I'm trying to get the author's, or the editor's name again. Oh, here we go. Let's try that as a search. We'll get there eventually. Right. Okay, so it's called The Book of Abramelin, a new translation, revised and expanded. It's by George Den and Lon Milo Duquette. It's said to be probably the best version of the sacred magic of Abramelin. You know, and as I said, they actually got hold of the original manuscripts and, you know, properly translated them, and discovered there's an 18-month operation, etc, etc, etc. I think Mathers actually, as far as I know, the original was in German because it was Abraham von Worms, and then it got translated in French, and I think the Mathers, or MacGregor Mathers, translated it from the French, and there was just so much mistranslation that it wasn't actually very good. I mean, it works. I did it. Other people did it. It works, but no. The original, that one. Oh, is that one you found on thingy? Okay, yeah, then it's probably the first edition. There is, as I said, there is a second edition. I don't know how much different it is. A lot of people who are into this stuff say, have to get the second edition. Let's see. I think this is the Internet Archive one. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is the first edition. But yeah, no, I mean, but that should give you the 18-month operation, not the 6-month. Internet Archive is a brilliant site. I love it. Fantastic. We're all very quiet tonight, aren't we? From Castle, Kerry did that Orgain candle. I suggest not putting you any. Is that Orgain or Orange? Or Orgone? Could be Orgone candle. I don't know if you get Orgone candles. Probably do now. Dire Straits in bloody ages. Orange, okay, orange candle. There you go. Kerry did the orange candle work. Kerry, it occurred to me that my HGA is always with me, so maybe with prayer I will be able to know them better. Yeah, well, that's the whole reason for doing that operation. I mean, it's part of you. It's always been there. It's part of your soul. But the within, I'm going to say Thelema, because that's kind of like where we go when we talk about knowledge and conversation with the HGA. That's about connecting to, becoming aware of, which is knowledge of your HGA. And then getting conversation, so actually getting into communion or communication with your HGA. So that's really what it's about. It's just becoming aware of and talking to your HGA. Once that's done, then you start the work. So, it can take a while. I mean, some people it can take like a week. Others it can take like 10 years. It just depends on who you are and how that connection actually comes about. But once the connection's there, then you start the work. It's not like you kind of like gain knowledge and conversation of your HGA and that's it. That's all you need to do. No. That's just the beginning. That's just opening the door. Okay, said Castle, yes. Yes, okay, good stuff. Dragon, what kind of spells can be cast with a pink, red, and white candle? Pink's usually in reference to romantic love, and quite often friendship as well, that type of work. Red can be used for passion, for sex magic, also love, but more of a passionate kind of love rather than the romantic pink love. But also for war, because it's red's associated with Mars. So war, also protection in that aspect of the Mars aspect, the actual protective aspect that Mars can bring. White candles are usually to do with sometimes cleansings, but black can also be used. Gaining spiritual acuity, anything to do with spiritual vibration, elevations, things like that. The purity of white. But also white is often substituted for any other candle color. Because, well, the way I view this anyway, and this is why I tend to actually use black for a lot of the things that people use white for. White, if lovely earth, and all those aspects. So, but yeah, white can be used for. Is usually substituted for anything else. Buffering. Oh well. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Mimilek, I must admit Marvas did a fairly good job with me, both on blood pressure. Seems that meds prescribed by doctor finally made a lasting impact. And even today, post-meds, I'm having a tad too low. Yeah, be careful about that. You don't want to mess around with your blood pressure. Yolandi, found a way to get back at someone that involves no cursing or magic. You go onto the Jehovah's Witness website and put in their address for being interested in joining. That's a good one, I like that. Mimilek, and frankly, I ought to give him some offering, though I did do ritual and promised nothing to him. That's fine. If you did ritual and you probably offered energy anyway, but yeah, just give a thanks offering, just to make sure you covered all the bases and things like that. Castle depends on who you work with. Dragon. Oh, the colours of the candles. Yeah, they do. Some people do tend to differ. It's kind of like a sort of generally accepted thing now. But you could also, I mean, you could actually associate colours with the planets. Pink, you're not going to find much apart from being kind of a watered down Mars, but not really, I wouldn't say. Red obviously is Mars, but white again, you could associate that with the moon. Usually associate silver with the moon, but white could be. So you can associate with them planets as well. Green, for instance, is usually used for money. It's also the colour of Venus. You can associate money with Venus quite easily, actually, but but Venus colour is green, so it depends on what you're doing. Yeah. You just gave me an excellent idea. Fat Muppet, hello. Red can be used for strength and breaking blockages, and can be used to make someone have an accident. Yeah, there's that warring aspect of Mars that comes into that. Randy and Mimilek can be very petty and think outside the box. Mimilek has spent too much time learning military strategies, sometimes out of the box eludes me. Yeah, sometimes you gotta not think of the obvious. Dragon, what about white? White is unlimited. It can be, yeah. That's why I say, I mean, as I said, I often use black instead of white. Other people will substitute white for any other colour, but it's usually about cleansing, purity, spiritual elevation, that type of thing. But again, I use black for cleansing. Getting rid of negativity. I'll use black candles, I won't use white. Sometimes I'll use white, depends on the person, but usually I'll use black. Andy, yeah, I'm worried about Jono, haven't heard from him. He's probably actually getting ready to preparing all his stuff. I think they're getting married next month, actually. So he's probably a bit busy. Yeah. Kerry Ilandi, we haven't seen Tracy in a while too. Hope she's okay. Tracy, if you're out there, let us know if you're okay. Fat Muppet White can be used for insanity. I haven't heard that one actually. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. Actually, now you say that, I was mentioning just now you can use white in association with the moon, Luna. So I'm assuming that's where that association comes in. The insanity with the moon, lunatic, etc., etc. That's quite interesting. Didn't think of that. Right, let's just check how my data's going. I've got hot chocolate for later. There we go. Yep. 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 Still going.
It's getting near dawn. When lights close the tired eyes, I'll soon be with you, my love. Give you my dawn surprise.
I was going to just make sure I've got everything sorted out for next month. The 2 punk magic videos are going to be candle magic for broke witches, and oh wait, there's August next month, yes, and anarchy and witchcraft natural allies. And then I've got guided meditation, which I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. August movie reviews are The Ritual, Apostle, and there was something else. Can't remember the one after that. Then I'm going to be talking about Foundations Are Vital, because it keeps coming up over and over and over again, so I'm going to keep talking about it over and over again. The Toltec Concepts video is about Assemblage Point. The book review is going to be Lee Morgan's... I keep forgetting the bloody title, I'll get that just now. And then working with the element of water. Just get the book title. If you guys haven't heard Lee Morgan, really go read some of his stuff. He really is brilliant. And this is obviously the witch occult, traditional witchcraft author. Not Lee Morgan, the jazz trumpeter. My Google is just not working tonight. I'm just going to go straight to Everand because I know on next. I'm reading it. Alright, I'll tell you the title just now. Let's see. Kerry Lee Matterwake mentioned in one of her books that Margus helps those that help themselves, and I've been working on self-discipline on my dieting. It's working too. Good, yeah. I think they all kind of help those who help themselves, to be honest with you. It's called Standing and Not Falling. I only just started it because I finished the other 2 books I'm going to review this month. So yeah, but that's the lineup for next month. But yeah, no, I'm glad it's. I'm glad that you're doing some good work there. Yolandi, I had some Chinese takeaway, and I think they use the high sodium soy sauce. I keep being thirsty. Okay. Skinny. Yes. What are we yesing? I don't know what we're yesing now. I keep losing the conversation or the plot or whatever it is. I'm gonna have to fill me in. I'm getting old. Andrea, sorry for being quiet, listening from the garden, transplanting seedlings and harvesting potatoes, going to boil, then smother with butter. Lovely, lovely. Yes, I love potatoes also. Good old jacket potato. Still can't get Alistair in the kitchen. So put him in the garden now. You like the garden too much, that would be a bad thing. Send him on a donut run, yeah. Yolandi, if you're near Carlisle, you are welcome to come eat some nice homegrown spuds. Ooh, nice. Skinny, all of the upcoming videos. Oh, okay, alright, yes. Now I get it. So there's also a time delay on between me and the chat, so It gets a bit confusing sometimes. Let me find the third movie that I'm doing. Oh, I think it was Tarot. There, let's go. There, oh, my list is long. Oh, bloody movies, my word. Never ending. The Ritual, Apostle and Tarot. Yes, there we go. All on Netflix, so that's good. Don't have to download anything. Andrea, I have to surgically remove Alistair from the bed. That's bad. Come on, Alistair, get up. Get up. Get moving. Do some Qigong. We'll get Castle to shout at him as well. No budding for Alistair. No, not at all. He's in trouble now. Fat Muppet, if I want to banish someone, can I just inscribe their name and birthday on a black candle and put hotfoot oil on it? You could try that, yeah. Hotfoot oil is more, and hotfoot powder is more it's kind of foot trap magic. So it's a case of you want them to actually tread or touch the powder or the oil, and make sure you don't get your own fingers on it. So yeah, if you are going to do a birthday stuff, a birthday candle, oh sorry, a black candle, just make sure you're not smearing, you're not dressing the candle with your fingers with hot foot oil. You don't want to get that on your fingers or touch it at all, because otherwise you end up banishing yourself from something or other. But yeah, hot foot stuff is usually foot trap magic, so you want them to walk in it. But something else you might want to try to... Banishing someone is getting rid of them from your immediate environment, right? And quite often we go to these levels of doing curse work and things like that, and you've got to remember that when you do any kind of work on somebody, you also tie your energy to them. You don't really want to be tied to this person in any kind of negative way. So a good way to actually get rid of someone is to bless them with something amazing that's far, far, far away. You know, maybe they work for a company that has an international branch, and you bless them with an amazing job in another country, and you never hear from them again. So there's options, you know. Think out of the box. There we go. Andrea, oh wait, sorry, did I? Yes, but yeah, you can do the candle thing. As I said, just be careful about that. And do the candle magic. More effective if you can actually get them to touch or walk over the oil or powder. And in that case, powder is actually easier, to tell you the truth, because you can just sprinkle it. Sprinkle it on like a door handle that they're going to touch, something like that. Andrea Yolandi, I should send him for donuts. Great idea. There you go. Castle, Negong and Qigong, good for the body and help with energy and with opening meridian in the body. Yeah, with the whole body, all the bodies. Andrea Yolandi is going to get as a kick at the ass. Yeah, be right back. Yolandi, I had a great talk with a lady staying near me. She is atheist, but she loves to listen to me talk talking about paganism, it was so stimulating. Yeah, it's nice when, especially when atheists actually listen, because there's actually some very, very interesting comparisons you can do between witchcraft and atheism. In fact, a lot of people become atheist witches, and it makes perfect sense. You know, you can compare the energy flows with energy flows. You know, the atoms, the way the atoms move and things like that. And you know, if you get into quantum physics with string theory, still quite theoretical, but you know, everything kind of breaks down to this: everything is a vibrating string. You know, so everything is vibration, and that's where the atheism stuff comes in, which gets very interesting. But yeah, you can have some quite interesting conversations. I did years back on Yahoo groups. There was a couple of atheists who used to like challenging everybody. You know, saying that witchcraft is a load of bullshit and everything else, and we used to have some quite hefty and heated arguments or debates, let's put it that way. But yeah, interesting anyway. The Fat Muppet, but won't the energy of the oil work the same in energy for when directed at a person with intention? Yes, it can. This is why I say you can do candle magic. You are doing something which has a particular. I mean, this really falls into a particular tradition, and the way you handle powders and stuff. It's usually through person's touch. You know, it's just traditional. It's the way the witches used to do it. So you know, you just get more effect. But you can do candle magic. If you are not able to get to the person, then you can do candle magic from a distance. Absolutely. Zenka, and what about Falun Gong? Falun Gong I actually kind of like. I always come back to Qigong, but Falun Gong, it's got a lot of controversy behind it, I will say that, but I did practice it for a while and I found it to be extremely effective and really, really simple and straightforward. And yeah, now as I said, it's got a lot of controversy behind it, so just go and check out the controversy before you start practicing Falun Gong. But great practice, if you ask me. In fact, I mean, they're all great practices, and this is why I say I think it boils down to what you personally connect with. So you've got yoga, you've got Falun Gong, you've got Tai Chi, you've got Qigong, and all their various aspects. You've got tensegrity, which is the magical passes of Castaneda and the Toltec path. So you've got all of these various moving meditation practices, if we can call it that, and they all work and they're all brilliant. But it just depends what you resonate with and what feels right for you, and then you're gonna go down that avenue. So yeah, if it's Falun Gong for you, absolutely go for it. Andy, we just sit and talk, exchanging thoughts, views. He is a retired scientist, and it's just so much fun chatting with her. So you'll find out if she's, I don't know if she was a traditional scientist, or what do we call them? Not quantum physics. Oh, I've forgotten the term. The other one, the more conventional aspects. Find out if she was into quantum physics, though, because, that's going to be next year's study, is quantum physics, and that's what I'm dedicating my whole year to. Getting a bit more clued up on that, because really I feel left behind. And plus it gets my mind off all the funeral arrangements waiting for me. That makes me relax. Good stuff. Good. Lenny, that's cool. It's very difficult to find anyone who will listen to this crazy. We listen to you, don't worry. And then you see a block of flats enclosed in amber. It's your fault. I've lost the conversation there. Oh, sorry, I lost that one. You have to explain. Quantum biology. God, I'm really getting left behind. Quantum biology is an interdisciplinary field exploring how quantum mechanics like superposition and entanglement influences biological processes. Oh my word, guess where my healing practice is going to end up going. Cool. Okay, now you're just giving me more bloody rabbit holes. Landy Quantum Physics. Remember that TV series we liked? Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, that was Fringe, wasn't it? Wasn't that Fringe? I love that show. With the they would amber places because to try and stop the bleed through between the parallel universes. Yeah. There's a book called Quantum Bullshit. How to Ruin Your Life with Advice from Quantum Physics by Chris Ferry. Oh, but everybody buys that book. Yeah. And if anyone tells you they understand quantum sciences, they're like, oh, absolutely. What was it? Who was that guy that said that? Surname began with an F. Yeah. Richard Feynman, that was it. Sure, you said that. Something similar to that. If anybody tells you you understand quantum physics, you're lying. They're lying, sorry. Feynman, yeah. Yeah, Richard Feynman. Yeah, I think after next year I'm probably going to be an atheist witch. Because it's just going to go in the direction of quantum physics and quantum biology. Yolandi said my... Oh, sorry for the charge. No problem. Yolandi said my maths don't math, so that will not be an option for me. I don't think there is a lot of math in quantum physics though. Could be wrong there, anyway. Did you have a... Fatima, did you ever have a Terence McKenna phase? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can call it a phase. I like listening. I love listening to Terence McKenna talk. There's just something about him that is so calming and relaxing. And his memory, oh my god. I mean, he just pulls stuff out of his brain that my memory's not that good. I should start taking more DMT and stuff, I think. But you know, I think Terence McKenna's fantastic, and every now and again I just kind of like go on this binge of listening to his talks. Because I tried reading some of his books, couldn't really get into them, but listening to him talk, absolutely love it. You know. Andrew at Yolandi, me the same. Dyscalculus. Got to count on fingers and toes. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about quantum mechanics. It's not very mathematical. Everything's mathematical, but you know, it's not like you have to know geometry or what's the other one? The real space stuff. Can't remember. Randy, maths and I were okay until the alphabet got involved. That muppet, I really liked reading Food of the Gods. Yeah. You probably also like I'm forgetting names again. No, name's completely gone. I can't even grasp a letter. So we'll have to forget about that. Yeah. Oh, I see there's also a movie, Food of the Gods, it's the same thing. When a strange edible substance appears on a remote island, local farmer Mr. Skinner and his wife deem it a blessing and feed it to their farm animals. That looks rather interesting, actually. Andrew, I can only count to 20 during the summer. Is that when the brain's not frozen, it's thawed out? Rick Strassman. No, I was thinking of Joseph Campbell. That was what I was thinking of, Joseph Campbell. I kind of like think of Terence McKenna. I mean, I know Joseph Campbell's got nothing to do with psychedelics or anything like that, but I just always put Terence McKenna and Joseph Campbell in this kind of philosophical arena together. So, I don't know. Andrew, I nearly forgot. I've got some exciting news. Go on, tell us. Yeah, don't leave us hanging. I've got my number at a time. Hot chocolate's finished. What a hole. What the bloody hell was that? My phone's being weird. I use my fingers and toes to do maths, go barefoot in summer, so 20 is easier. Oh, I see, okay. Well, we're still waiting for the exciting news, come on. Tell us that. What's the exciting news? You get your Motability car on Thursday. Cool! Yeah, Andy, so are you, but we don't judge you. What? So what is what? I don't know. Cool. Okay. Hey everybody, I'm back. Hopefully my internet's working. Oh, I got disconnected. Oh, my phone being weird. I'm always weird. It's definitely not going to change. Ivan, hello. Yeah, I'm back on my Wi-Fi, so I hope it works okay. And it doesn't give us crap. Yeah, you beat the Gremlins, did I? How about that? Oh, that's not going to give me much. Let's see. Performance is like. Apparently, I am good. The internet's good. Let's hope it stays that way. Alright. What is that? Put this back to. No, let's just leave it off actually. Yolandi, we all quite mad here. Yes, can't remember where that quote is from. Well, we are all quite mad here. I got the internet, so I'll find out for you. Oh, it's from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. We're all mad here. It was the Cheshire Cat to Alice. You'll fit right in. There you go. Ivan looks good. Castle, yes it is. Bit of a lag, but you're back. Been thinking about trying my hand at planting roses in a cactus. Cactus is going to be easier than the roses. That much I can tell you. But my black thumb will probably not help you very much. Ivan, ever since I took up the left-hand path, my electronics act up. That's magic in general, trust me. You start working with energy and you'll find that electronics tend to go a bit crazy around some people. It's not as bad for me, but I know people who really battle. You know, to the point where literally cell phones explode in circle and things like that. So, yeah. I think it's because the energy is so strong. Yes, it absolutely is. I remember I did an interview with somebody, 2-3 years back now, and went to his place, and he had this amazing setup. He had like 2 cameras and these big lights. I mean, I've just got a desk with a lamp and a phone. But the one camera was on like an arm that was panning backwards and left and right, and he had like mic set up and all of that stuff, and it was like really cool. And he got it all working and it's ready, and then started recording, and I think it was like half an hour or an hour into the whole thing, and he realized that the mic wasn't picking anything up. One of the cameras just wasn't recording. It all buggered up, so we had to do the whole thing over again. It was like, I said to him, you know, I'll get 2 witches together, what do you expect? I don't think he'd seen it before though. But you know, quite funny. Janandia, YouTube content creator, has got me saying something new when I'm flabbergasted. It's in this economy. Yeah. Actually, funny enough, when we first moved from England, everything that happened. Whether you were just feeling like off or you bumped your toe. We blamed it on the altitude. Everything was blamed on the altitude. So now it's the economy. Yeah. Castle, I had that problem walking the middle pillar. Had to learn to balance myself in meditation and qigong to make sure my energy doesn't hurt others or my phone and computer. Yeah, I think it's about, the thing is we do our normal daily stuff, but when we get into circle, we're going to raise energy. You're going to be circulating quite a bit of energy. I know I do. I seem to have it mostly under control with devices. Every now and again I have a bit of a problem. So I tend to triple check everything just to make sure it's all operational and working. But again, sometimes it doesn't matter what I do, something buggers up. But I think I've got it sorted out to the most anyway. Ivan, the left-hand path is the path that we've got. Cool, good stuff. It's good to find your path, the one you walk. Andrea, I used to make computers and phone go bang whenever my monthly was due. Alistair used to ban me from his flat just in case. Yeah, I mean, this is why, we talk about, when people talk about poltergeist activity, the first question is there a teenager in the house? Because the emotions, the hormones, raging hormones, can literally make things move telepathically or telekinetically. That's the word. Things can fly around, people can float in the air, and it's usually because there's a teenager with these crazy raging hormones that they can't get into control. So yeah, I can definitely imagine the hormones that are going on during your monthly. Same thing. Randy and Ivan, you will get a lot of judgment from the right-hand path. Fluffy bunnies, just ignore them. Yeah. I'd rather call them new age fluffy bunnies myself. Ivan, Yolandi, for sure. Thank you for the encouragement. I really appreciate it. Yolandi and I also call them powder puffs. It's the new age crowd, though. Andrea was just raging, hormones just gave me zits. Apollo, you should have seen him go. They said, hey sugar, take a walk on the wild side. I'm going to keep the music playing. I'm not going, I'm going to come back. I just need to go for a bathroom break. So I'm going to switch my camera and my mic off. So you can listen to the music in the meantime. I will be back just now. Let's see if I can remember what to switch off. Here we go. Okay. Thought she was James Dean for a day. Then I guess she had to crash. Valium would have helped that patch. I said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. I said, hey honey, take a walk on the wild side. And the colored girls say, do 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 do. Right, I'm here, I'm back. There we go. Oops, no, oh wait, there we go. That's better. Okay, let me get back to the chat. Ooh. Castle, but I've been enjoying the Kabbalistic tree, getting myself ready for the clip off. I'm at Gavura, fixing to go to Gedura. Okay. Andrea at Yolanda, wicked, love it. Yolanda, my brother and I reminisced over our teenage days. We were a handful. Oops, nothing's changed. Castle, I can't remember my teenage year because of my mum's death and abuse me and my brother suffered. Oh, sorry about that. It's quite harsh. Yolandi, I have calmed down so much. I have the friend your mum. I was a friend your mum warned you about. Castle. My mum did really care as long as you're a good person. No, abuse is still abuse though. Abusive parents as well. And here was twins, Castle didn't. Yolandi, Santa Muerte helps me a lot, I guess, through my childhood and teenage years. And Andrea, will be right back. Got to make paint tea. Won't be long. Okay. I got some paint tea as well. Got a bit of a trip. Who's playing? Oh, it's Black Sabbath. Did you guys see Ozzy Osbourne's last concert? That was so cute. He was just adorable. He got so excited he was trying to stand up. Then at Castle, was it you who offered to help me with my neighbour? I don't think it was Castle. It was definitely that. It was the person who is Native American and Gardnerian Wiccan. No, not Gardnerian. Alexandrian Wiccan. Blood something. Sure, it was them. Oh, that was you. Okay, alright, fine. Fine, just prove me wrong. There you go. Landy can thank you now because it worked. Okay, okay, hang on. So Castle, it wasn't you that did the candle working for Yolandi. There was somebody who offered to do the candle working for Yolandi to get rid of her neighbor. That's who we're trying to pinpoint.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. In God,
Ugh, fall asleep.
I'm one.
Cassius, I remember I lit a red and black candle for Yolandi and asked Santa Muerte to take the person of Yolandi. Yes, that was it. Oh, when you say the lady, you're talking about Santa Muerte. Okay, alright. Give her an offering on my behalf, please. There we go, alright. Got that sorted out. There we go. Castle, I'll have to get us some alcohol and some tobacco. There we go.
Tell your children not to do what
Just scrolling through Reddit to try and find a topic we can talk about.
spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
It's nice to just, oh, look at my altar. Oh, I've got a pretty altar. Battle jackets. Oh, that's something I'm going to start making, is a punk magic battle jacket. It's going to be fun. I've got an old, it's actually a photographer's jacket. It's brilliant because it's got pockets all over the place for loads and loads of stuff. So I'm gonna make that into a battle jacket for punching. So, Skinny, I have to head out now, but thank you again for your help, and thank you everyone in the chat for being so much. Bye, have a good one, and hopefully see you next week. Really nothing in Reddit that we can talk about. That's a good title. The cockiest, flashiest witches are the ones who appeal to baby witches. It's because they got the biggest mouths, and people new to the craft, that's what they hear first. We need to become louder, basically. The true symbol or sigil for Hecate. I don't think there is one. Yeah, there is no symbol or sigil directly tied to her. Don't usually find it. It's a modern thing people have applied to demons and stuff. Fat Muppet, what do you think when people talk about meeting your loved ones beyond the grave? In any specific sense, because I mean, I spoke to my dad for like 9 years after he died. Um, and yeah, he was waiting around for my mum, and now they went off together. Um, but from a necromantic perspective, yeah, absolutely. Quite often it's in dreams. A lot of people find it in dreams. You've got mediums that can actually do the work. I tend to help them to pass from this side to that side. Sides, don't like sides. But yeah, I happen to pass over, and I can't really, I can't bring them back to talk to, whereas other people can bring them back to talk to, sort of thing. But yeah, no, I mean it's necromantic practice at the end of the day. If you're talking about it from that perspective, it's ancestral work as well. I mean, you can, in ancestral work, you go to the ancestral realm and you talk to them. You actually speak to them. You know, if you do tap in the bone or something like that. So yeah, it's old practice, and you find ancestral veneration in every single tradition, somewhere along the line. Now you know me, I prefer it in the background, but will step up when you attack my family. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Castle, how are the other Goetic spiritually? I do work with Astaroth a lot. Are the other spirits okay to work with? I haven't worked with all of them. I have had no need to work with all of them. There are a couple here and there that I don't like. Horrors pops up in that regard strongly. I will never work with horrors. I know a lot of people do, but it's just I had a bad experience working with horrors. And yeah, I just don't like them. But that's my personal experience. You know, a lot of people enjoy working with them. But you know, I always kind of describe this as kind of like a bike gang. If you get accepted into the gang, you're good. If you don't, just don't bother. You know, don't go back to the bar, type of thing. So you know, if you do find that there's a particular spirit in the Goetia that you need help from at any particular time, if you have gotten that energy going with one of them at least, you can usually find that it's easier to work with another one because you've been accepted by the gang, basically. But yeah, there's some here and there that are they are a bit abrasive. They're difficult to work with, but it's just their nature. I mean, it's not like, you know, they don't have their use or their office or their power. It's just who they are. It's who they're meant to be. It's and you know, people will work with them for that particular reason. They're just nasty. They're difficult, like people. But yeah, so it's a case of building. It's a case of connection, building a relationship again. If you want to work with a new spirit, get to know the spirit, because you might find that you don't like working with them, and then move on to another one if that's the case, you know. So yeah, it's really about that. Yolandi, it feels so strange. I can now practice my magic in the open. Finally create an altar. Well, not really, because you've got cats. There's so much how to adjust to. Yeah, you're going to have a huge adjustment period, you really are. Castle, one step at a time, and Andy, you'll feel better as you do it. Yeah. Andrea, back, sorry if I went out to flare up. Had to get tea brewing. Got it now. Good stuff. Hope you got the poppies nice and brewed. Andrea, facts. same as with people, either you get along or you don't. That's really it. I mean, I think, again, it boils down to energy, and I always come back to energy. Everything's made of energy, everything vibrates. And if your vibration doesn't resonate nicely with this other vibration and it clashes, you're not going to be able to get on with the person. It's the same with the spirits. If that vibration is just one that doesn't fit with you, you're not going to be able to work with the spirit. You know, and people often try to force it because they want to work with the spirit. Don't. It's, you know, it doesn't matter whatever you need, there's more than one spirit that can help you with it. So, you know, don't try and force a relationship. Casso, I've enjoyed my time working with him. I try not to make it a transactional working with the spirits. Yeah, I personally think that everything's transactional. There's always a give and take, whether it's just energy. I mean, you call a spirit, you talk to it, it comes in, its energy is with you, and your energy is with it. It's the same concept of. Did I talk about recapitulation in Toltec last? I think I did last month or this month. It was about recapitulation, and the whole idea there is that when we meet people, we connect energetically with them. So we kind of take energy threads and we attach them to that person, and they connect energy threads to us, and we pass power backwards and forwards until we do something like recapitulation or cord cutting or something like that, where you actually give them their energy filaments back and you take your energy filaments back, and then therefore you gain more of your personal power. And it's the same thing really. There's always a transaction in whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. There's always a transactional thing going on. Andrea, what poppies? They're just for the bumblebees. Okay. Yolandi, it's like Lilith and Michael. Sorry, I do say Michael. I know you say Michael. It's a habit. I can't get out of it. Michael has been there since my Christian days. Lilith chose me when I converted to paganism. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't put up the link to if you want to get rid of that top fans crown thing. I'm just going to leave it actually. I don't think anybody's too fussed or bothered with it right now. Sappho, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Yolandi can use the flaming sword to cut the cords to the neighbour, so no leftover energy and neighbour has attached to you. Yeah, that's also actually probably a good idea. Oh, sorry, that was Castle. Sorry, your Sappho skipped. Hey, Mr. Lee. Go back. Actually, I have a question. What are your thoughts on dreams of divine intervention? When I was Wickham, it was called the Fivefold Kiss. Really? In regards to dreams? Because the Fivefold Kiss is a ritual act where you actually kiss 5 points on the body. That's usually initiatory acts within Wicca. I'm not sure how that relates to dreams. I'm a bit confused about that. Can you explain a bit more? I know you've got a limit on text and stuff. Sorry about that. But if you're getting dreams from divinity, from deities, seeing them in the dreams, that's definitely not in relation to Fivefold Kiss. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But that has confused me. Yeah, so if you can elaborate a little bit. Sorry, thank you. Andrea, Yolandi, my nan is the main spirit I work with. She'd be offended if I went elsewhere. Such a busybody. And yeah, Castle. Oh, I love this song, The Passenger. Who's doing this version? Cecily Reed. Hang on. Try go check. Oh, it's Iggy Pop. There we go. Oh, this is the original, I think, of The Passenger. Anyway. Hi Castle, the Mad, thank you. I will do that. Sappho, hello. Yeah, this is the original, okay. Do you believe Courtney killed Kurt? No. I didn't really get too involved in that. I wasn't really too bothered, you know, people die all the time. Kurt Cobain died, oh well, you know. Well, he died from an overdose, didn't he? But I don't think Courtney Love had anything to do with it personally. Sappho in the dream. I was getting pulled out of a hole by a goddess, and I toned myself inward, try remembering what she looked like, and of course I forgot. Okay, I'm going to separate the idea of the fivefold kiss from the dream, the dreaming aspect, because they really don't go together. But I'm just confused where that came from, and I'm quite interested actually where you picked that up. But yeah, I mean, in terms of deities appearing in dreams, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the main. If you are a dreamer, a lot of people like myself battle with dreaming, and especially dream recall. So even if they do kind of appear in your dreams to give you messages and whatnot, quite often you don't get them or you don't recall. But yeah, you know, dreams are one of the most prominent ways for spirits to communicate, not just deities, but you know, ancestors, everything, the dead, everything, all of them. So yeah. Ivan, this week I have worked with Lucifer. Lucifer's great. Lucifer's a very personal spirit, I think very different for everybody. Sappho and the MD, if I'm not at note, she did love him in her strange way. Yeah, I think so. Sinister, hello Sinister. Do you ever scry with tarot? I don't actually. I used to. I did experiment with it like years ago. I actually need to do it again, and I'm actually doing some very specific, or going to be doing some very specific dream bodybuilding, and it's actually one of the things I will probably experiment with again. You know, actually pulling a spread and actually moving, actually scrying and moving through the landscapes within the tarot to get an interpretation. One way of doing it, but yeah, it's a very interesting aspect, very interesting way of moving, scrying, divining. There you go. That's the word. Divining. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Castle, I've been using purple and gold light in the shape around my body to protect me, and it's helped me with my spirit work and cleansing houses. Been learning about the cord starting from my feet and building up energy in my body, egg-shaped, sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely work. It would create, I mean, it would create a shield. It's basic shielding exercise. Cool. Alright, Ivan, this week I have been working with Lucifer Dropper Carl. It's been interesting. I started taking showers in the dark. The darkness is really coming through. Nice, yeah. Fat Muppet, Andy, I don't think she's capable of love. Why? She is. Courtney Love. Hey, it's in the name. Andrea, the Fat Muppet, the media distorts things. We can't trust them to tell us the truth about folks. Yeah, there's a lot more about punk music, about that, and various artists that are a lot more, should be talked about a lot more than Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Sappho, the five-fold kiss came from a book I was reading when I was doing my year in a day. Okay. Yeah, because I would actually suggest going and reading the Farrers, Stuart and what's her name, the Witch's Bible. It's actually 2 books in one, and the one is all of the Wiccan rituals that they used to have in their cover. And they talk about there's a whole chapter on the five-fold kiss, as far as I remember. Well, there's an explanation of the five-fold kiss. And it's actually an initiatory action where you kiss 5 points on the body. So I'm not sure how it would relate to dreaming, really. Fat Muppet, do you think eating moose meat gives you power? I've got no idea. Never eaten moose meat. Andrea, they just make a negative drama. It solves advertising space. Yeah. Sappho, I didn't know it was actually an actual ritual. I'm very interested to know what explanation you got, actually, what you were given. Purely out of curiosity. Let's actually just do a quick search for five-fold kiss and see if anything other comes up than what initiatory Wicca would have described it as. Let's see. Five-fold kiss, an element of Wiccan ritual which involves blessing 5 sacred parts of the body. With each bestowed blessing, the area of the body is sealed with a kiss. Wiccan tradition practices differ, but the five-fold kiss is first and foremost a blessing bestowed upon the high priest bestowed upon the high priestess by the high priest, or by the high priestess upon the high priest. Okay. The ritual symbolizes the act of honoring the person as a vessel of the female or male version of deity. Yeah, that's all it's got here. Each kiss given is accompanied by a blessing. Blessed be thy feet that have brought thee in these ways. Blessed be thy knees. So let's see, that's 2 feet, so that's 2 points. Blessed be thy knees. No, can't be, because it's 5. Anyway, blessed be thy knees that shall kneel at the sacred altar. Blessed be thy womb or phallus, without which we would not be. Blessed be thy breasts or chest, formed in beauty or strength. And blessed be thy lips that shall utter the sacred names. Yeah. But that's all I can find in terms of initiative Wicca. So I'll be very interested to find out. Where am I? Yolandi, I love tonight's playlist. It is quite good. It's the Led Zeppelin radio. Sinister, have you ever had an experience with a demon attempting to put you in sleep paralysis? No, I haven't. I know a lot of people do report seeing a shadowy figure, or is it the Hat Man? that usually comes into these discussions with sleep paralysis. That's usually a reaction of fear. It's actually a fear reaction that you start seeing something there, and it's going to attack you, because sleep paralysis just creates a whole rush of chemicals that go crazy in your body, which create fear. So it's usually in relation to that, actually, but no, I haven't. And I don't suffer from sleep paralysis. I have had it when I wake up, so it's I forgot. Hypnopompic is not related to sleep paralysis. I don't know. When I wake up, I get. I've had paralysis, but not when I go to sleep. So I don't know. Castle Pictionary. Oh yeah, of the Tarot by Rider-Waite book might help you. Oh, you're talking about scrying with the tarot. That's actually different to reading the tarot. Scrying with the tarot is usually actually journeying, traveling. It's actually a practice that's found quite often in Golden Dawn practices, where you actually astrally journey into the tarot card. You actually, it becomes the tarot card becomes a door, a gateway. That's how I know about scrying in the vision, and it's usually using tarot cards. That's because there's lots of symbolism in the tarot cards, which you can then venture into and discover, etc. Castle, have you dressed it and gave it to the spirit you're working with? Dragon. Oh, sorry, missed one. Dragon, can you use the same candle for different purposes if it's not burned up completely? I wouldn't know. You can use it if you've used a candle for magic, and it hasn't burnt all the way through. You can light it again at a later stage. It's just going to keep enhancing the magic you did. But it's imbued with a particular intention and energy and everything else, which is it's taking away for you. It's taking or doing the work for you. So I wouldn't use it, and it's not really something you can cleanse. You can't really cleanse a candle of the magic you've done previously. So I wouldn't do it again or use it again for something else. Only my brother and our friends were called Satanists in our younger days. We had a beach party and placed candles in a circle for dancing to metal music. Therefore, we were Satanists. Absolutely, yes. I guess. Andy, we forgot to sacrifice a black cat as per Hollywood. Clearly, we weren't good Satanists. Yeah. Castle, The Shining Path, an experimental journey through the Tree of Life by Dolores Novicki. A Sinister can also help you doing path working on tarot. Yeah, that would be actually a very good option if you want to do the path working, because the tarot is very closely in Hermetic about Kabbalah anyway. It's very closely related with the actual paths. And that's where path working comes from originally, is the Kabbalistic tree actually moving through the paths from Sephiroth to Sephiroth. Andrea, apparently we're in the middle of a drought here in the UK. Just watered my garden, it's now pissing it down anyway. Right. Okay. Apparently you do, because you're in the middle of a drought. Hello. I've forgotten how to pronounce your name now. Was it Bobby Mordka, I think? Did I get that right? Today is a special day. I took part in the initiation with Lama into the practice of Yudam Kunzblom. Long, just difficult name. And it's wrathful forms. I'm so excited. Interesting. Cool. Fat Muppet, I believe Sabbath actually summoned a demon in the 60s and just pretended they didn't. Probably, yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. Bobby Mordecai, I'm fine. Andy at Fat Muppet, that's not true. Ozzy is actually a big Christian. He once joined Christians protesting in front of the venue, protesting against them. They didn't even notice. Castle, Black Widow. Black Widow did at Fat Muppet. And had to call Alex Sanders to banish the demon they summoned. Black Widow? Is that a band? Green screen? Have I got a green screen? Hold on. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, hold on. Let me do the following and see if it works or not. You can still hear me, so that's okay. I wonder if it's just closed on my phone. Yeah, now we're going to have jumpy stuff, because it's still my phone. Hold on, it should switch over now. It's still doing its jumpy thing. Let me just shut it. Oh wait, it's stabilized. Okay. I think we're good. Just let me know if it starts flickering and stuff. Oops, no, go there, screen there. Thanks for letting me know. Bobby Mordecai, don't worry, my English is also a low quality. Yeah. We can all try and speak each other's languages, which is quite interesting. That Muppet, Yolanda, yes, I know all that, but I don't believe it for nothing. Green aura. Completely green. J.N. Leppanen. Hello. Good to see you doing your thingly. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much. And thanks for joining. And let me know. Yes, I'm the Green Witch now. Oh, okay. Oh, I was looking to Black Widow. There we go. Band. When you say that's called Alex Sanders, was it? That's interesting. I didn't know about that. Oh, I've lost it now. Can't find where you actually mentioned it. Oh yes, Alex Sanders. Cool. Stop flashing us, please. This is a family-friendly channel. Yeah, right. Why is this family-friendly? Yes, I know I'm flashing. Don't get too excited. Castle, warning to all epilepsy, don't watch the flashing green. Epileptics, yes, sorry about that. Sinister. Or Sinister at Bobby Modka. I live in... I'm not going to try, actually. I'm going to just embarrass myself if I try and say that. But actually, there we go. Andrea Yolandi, that seems fantastic. Castle, Alexander's... The Alexander Wiccan head priest. Yeah, I know. They were all arseholes at the end of the day. Gardner, Sanders, Cochrane, all arseholes. And it's like a gin dry, Bobby Modka, nice. Bert, you are native Slav. Blah, blah, blah. Andrea, Castle, the Mad. Yep, not watching any flashing, don't want to have a seizure. Do apologise. Fat Muppet, there are many strange satanic connections on the internet. Oh, there always have been very strange satanic connections. Even before the internet. Castle, I don't mean... Being epileptic at Andrea, don't like flashing lights. Andrea, Yolandi, you're just like my nan. She loves the gin. Yes, she does indeed. So I should get some more gin for her. Okay, I'm going to leave that sentence right there. Fat Muppet, what do you know about Satanists around the time of the 90s? I'm very fascinated with the subject. Well, it would have been First Church of Satan stuff. Actually, probably not the Church of Satan, the First Church of Satan. But I don't know. What do you really want to know? I mean, there was the Satanic Panic around the 80s, 90s, which had nothing to do with Satanism, absolutely nothing. So, but everybody was like a Satanist apparently. But at that time, you would have had, it was mostly Church of Satan, which was LaVey, and First Church of Satan, which was, he called himself Lord Egan when he was in Church of Satan. I think he carried his name over when he started the First Church of Satan, but it was John Ali. Curious when they actually started. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Apparently the first church... Oh, that's the first satanic church. Was founded by Carla LaVey, Anton's daughter, in 1999. Which is kind of weird because she, as far as I know, she rejected all Satanism and just went off to be a Buddhist. First Church of Satan. Let's do John Ali. Oops, too many E's. Here we go. I think that would have actually been 2000s. So really it was just, I think it was basically just in the 90s. It would have been LaVey and anybody else who may have called themselves theistic Satanists, or which would not have been connected to LaVey, because LaVey was a atheistic. Well, what do they call themselves? Not atheistic, although he was an atheist. Can't remember the theisms. But yeah, probably would have, in the 90s, probably just would have been LaVey and the Church of Satan. I mean, that was started in 66, as far as I remember. Andrea Castle, the Mad, same here. Jasper Mutt is my seizure alert dog. He's the handsome chap in my profile pic. Yolandi, you're welcome to South Africa. I'm curious about what all the real Satanists are doing behind the veil of media perception. What do you mean? This again, what do you mean by real Satanists? Because you've got... This is where the arguments come in amongst Satanists themselves, is that if anybody says that they are theistic Satanists, Then you get the Levian Satanists who go, you know, you're not a Satanist. You cannot be a Satanist because you are theistic. And they go, yes, I am, because I believe in Satan. And they go, no, you're not, because you see Satan as being this entity, and it's not an entity. The Satanists can't even figure out who the real Satanists are. So, yeah. But I mean, currently there's a lot of stuff going on with Graves and the Satanic Temple, which is fantastic. He's doing some brilliant work. He really is. Castle, glad you have someone to help you, Andrea. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I got to make sure my meds and everything is taken. Probably need to look into getting one of my disability for it. Be a good idea, yeah. Yolandi, do you have your green screen up? I believe that could be the flashing problem. No, I don't. Am I still flashing? Is that why? Is it still going green? Let me actually move this screen over here so I can keep an eye on it. Oh, I just saw it flash. Okay, let me just start up my. I'm gonna turn me thingy off and start up all of my camera stuff again. Okay. Start that. Start that. Okay, let's see if it works now. It doesn't give everybody a heart attack with the flashing. I'm sorry, I don't mean to flash everybody, it's very rude. Where was I? Ooh, God, it keeps jumping. Hold on, I lost my place. Sinister at Bavy Mordka. I have lived here for 2 years and never had an issue, but again, I don't look African at all. Bavy Mordka, because the problem is new, but since you have been living in Poland for 2 years, you know what is happening on the streets and in the government. Let's chat with Bavy Mordka. Satanism. How about 09A? Well, they are Nazis. Plain and simple. They are out to strip the population in the world of what they call dross, people they do not consider to be worthy of breathing other people's oxygen, and they will sacrifice people. I did a video on this. It was called No More Nazis or something. Go and have a look on the channel. It was part of the Path series, actually. But yeah, the 09A are just plain and simply neo-Nazis. They are fascists. They are sick individuals. Really that simple. Green auras, just random flashes. I think it's gone now. Yeah, I think we're fixed. Castle as much as a police's lights. Like a black aura noir. Yeah. Andrea, just now and then. Sorry to hear that. I'll pray for your dog and protect her. You've gone back to black. Yeah, so I was just shutting down the camera and starting it up again. I love this song. Leonard Skinner is one of my favourite bands. He is really, really good. I hate Nazis. Yes, we all fucking hate Nazis around here. They are disgusting, vile human beings. There's no easy way of saying that. Anybody seen that TikTok where the guy's saying, can we get rid of politics and metal, punk, and whatever else? No. That's impossible. Oh look, we've been on for over 2 hours. Alright, if everybody's, it looks like everybody's quieting down again, so... nobody's got any questions or anything. We can call it a night. Yolandi, I watched a documentary about Janis Joplin, it was so sad. Her life was very sad. Oh, if anybody, I know we've spoken about this in the past, if anybody does like Youngblood, apparently there's a documentary coming out about Youngblood. Very excited to watch that. I do like, I think Youngblood's brilliant. Not keen on all of his music, some of it's actually really good, but as a person, he's brilliant. There's actually 3 artists nowadays, modern artists, that I find brilliant. There's Youngblood, Ren, and Sofia Isela. She is brilliant. She is such a fantastic artist, and not just musically, but visually on stage and stuff. She's brilliant. But yeah, anyway. Andrea, oh, I have a clown. A crown, yes you do. Look, you're number 3. Yay, you made it. Bobby Modka, ONA is a group of disturbed people who use satanic symbolism as a pretext to justify Nazi views. Absolutely, yes. Satanism as a synonym for evil does not fit them. They are sick, not evil. They are disgusting. They really are disgusting. In fact, you know, if we were to define evil as being the actions of human beings like rapists, child molesters, that kind of thing as being evil, they fit evil pretty damn well. Dragon, what kind of magic can be worked by dreams? Dream magic. Oh, so much. The list is endless. You can work your entire system within your dreams if you're a dreamer. You've just got to find a way to anchor yourself back to the physical, because you know, when you're working in dreams, you're working in the astral, really. So it's really about working astrally. So you can do anything in dreams. One little trick you might want to try is, if you are good at maintaining a hypnagogic state as you're falling asleep, but you've got to try and maintain it for as long as you can. It's quite difficult. It takes some training, but it is difficult. But what you can do is actually start on a journey towards a space that you will be doing magic in. Have the intention of what you're going to be doing, and then you start walking in that space. So you might like want to work in the clearing in the forest or something. Therefore, you start walking down a path that goes through the forest and winds through the forest. But this is when you're in the hypnagogic state. You're in between sleep and awake. So as you're just drifting into sleep, hold that hypnagogic state as long as you can, and go on this journey. And what you'll probably find, if you can maintain it long enough, you can go into the clearing and do magic. Great. But you'll probably find that you'll fall asleep at some point. But you continue doing that journey, and you continue going on your trip to the clearing, or wherever you're going, temple or whatever it is in your dream, and you do the magic. There's just so much you can do with dreams. I'm not a dreamer myself. I'm something I've over the years I just keep adding to and trying to get better at. Something I will continue to try and get better at, because I think it is an absolutely fascinating topic. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing this whole building the dreaming body thing at the moment. Facts. Devs would just like to say how helpful these streams are, and the people within here are awesome too. I think everybody's here is awesome, yes. Thank you to Rex very much for saying that, actually. There was somebody right at the beginning of today's stream who said that magic is a load of crap. Got rid of him quickly. Not joining our community, thank you very much. Lenny, why can't people not let everyone live their lives as they want, as long as nobody gets hurt? Because people like power. It's just there's always an imbalance somewhere, and there's got to be people that fill that imbalance. It's just the nature of life, unfortunately. Castle dream walking is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, you can do dream incubation where you fall asleep and try and get a spirit to appear in your dreams, or you can do dream incubation specifically with an intention of doing magic and do the magic in your dreams. There's a lot of stuff you can do in your dreams. Go and visit dream temples and do healings and everything, absolutely everything. Andrea Elandia, I'm in full agreement with you, definitely. Dragon, good night. Good night, night. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it, going to end today's stream. It's been quite late for me. In fact, I'm going to put on like that, not everyone knows about witchcraft. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad not everybody knows about witchcraft. Landy, I found out how to find my grandparents' graves. Oh, good, okay, but I have to go to the cemetery during the week for the office to go to. Yeah, you would do. But actually, I think do some searching on the internet. There is actually a website. As far as I know, you can actually search for grave sites in graveyards, cemeteries. I remember coming across it when I was trying to find a particular name within the Four Ways Memorial Park. So probably something on there. Just give it a try anyway. Might take a bit of searching. Andrea, good night, Dragon. Have a great week. Castle, good night. All may the gods and goddesses bless everyone. Bobby Mordcard, do you think ADHD could be problematic in the practice of magical witchcraft? Danger, not only difficult. It can be. It depends on how it affects you. I'm not a psychologist. I prefer not to actually get into much detail there. It can be problematic. It can also be dangerous, especially in regards to things like meditation, when you're actually see, this is the problem. It can be difficult, but it can also be very helpful for ADHD, especially when you get into hyperfocus and things like that. So better to get a handle on your mental health, just generally, and you know, make sure that you are getting the help you need, getting the therapy, taking the meds, and everything else that you need in order to manage your mental health, and then you're fine, and you should be okay. But no, a lot of people, even with meditation, because you get into hyperfocus, it can lead to destructive behavior and thoughts. So you just have to be careful with those things. Des, good night. Andrea, good night. Yolandi, good night, everyone. Yeah, all right, have a good one. I'll see everybody next week. And yeah, thank you for joining the chat. It was fun again. Cheerio.